Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're here to do a little bit of a different thing from usual. So I want to do some evolutions because I haven't really been showing off the evolutions that we have in this game. So I want to go ahead and do that, and I also want to talk about some things in terms of trying to help you guys out and not making the same mistakes that I have made throughout playing this game. For example, after evolving, I want to go ahead and talk about how to spend your Megatamas and how to make the best of what you have, what not to do with your Reishi, and how to maximize your leveling up so you at least get all of the events up to memory path before you're able to actually start focusing down on just grinding out characters. So I'm going to go ahead and do evolutions. Who we're going to focus on today is, first of all, we're going to go ahead and do Uryu, because I actually want to upgrade him. I saw a video on the newfound Discord for Spiritual Awakening, and I saw Uryu in action in his higher tiers, and I actually got very interested. It's none of these attacks. His attacks change a lot when you level him up a little bit, so that's what we're kind of trying to focus on here. I wanted to go ahead and upgrade Toshiro. I got a few more of his puzzle pieces, so I wanted to go ahead and upgrade him to just below Bankai. Obviously, now he has 2 spikes. He's still not the best, but here's where he goes Bankai and gets so much cooler. Just look at this. I need it. I need it so bad, but that's probably gonna be one of the next thing I try and work towards. We're also gonna upgrade Ryuken here, so he has a Zele Schneider attack. And then let's go ahead and see what his newfound thing here will be. Nothing special. I don't know how it evolves here. Just because it has like a little kick behind him first before it starts doing stuff. I don't know. I think that's all the upgrades we can do for today. I do want to go ahead and keep on grinding out and getting more stuff. Honestly, I'm lacking on Hogyoku's, and that's actually one of the things I want to talk about in this video. I have since realized at this point I have so many characters from the Soul Search that there is actually no point in me scouting on this one. And honestly, for the most part, this Soul Search is kind of useless after a point. Because there is the thing universally, also the cooking thing just changed. That's why I'm able to cook again so suddenly. That's just a thing. I'm not going to cook now. So I want to go ahead and talk about how Megatamas are a very weird thing. So if you have under, I want to say 10 to 15 characters, Soul Search is worth it. Especially if you can go ahead and pursue this Aizen. Aizen is by far the best character to start off with and to go through the game with. His attacks are long range, do high damage, and he's also a tier 3 unit. So he can go ahead and do a lot of damage in terms of that and just kind of sweep through the story up to a very, very long point. So he's very good. Plus you unlock the Duel of Fate for him so you can get more of his shards and just kind of get through everything. So having the character lets you get further with the character. It's a really cool thing. Obviously, other characters inside here are pretty cool. There are some that are less cool. Like, Kisuke is one of the ones I'm missing. Shinsui is one of the ones I actually think I got recently. Yoruichi I'm missing. I think I'm missing, yeah, so, Hiyori I'm missing. So I'm missing very little. And I think at this point, I have so many of the characters, it's not worth scouting on. However, I could get Aizen. But there are better things to spend your Megatamas on. And by saying that, I would like to go to the Urahara store with my 48 refresh tokens, and I want to go ahead and show you guys that when you refresh, you have a chance of being able to spend your Megatamas on the character that you want or need. And Megatamas aren't actually that much of an expendable resource as you may think. For example, in Bleach Brave Souls, you want to save your orbs as much as you can because you want to scout on the banners that are cool and get the cool new characters. However, in this game, there's no cool new banners to really scout on. It's just kind of Soul Search. Or if you go to VIP 12, you can go ahead and get a thing called Riryoku Search, which is just another thing where it grants you character shards, like a large amount of them, for once per day scouting. It's not that great. Like, for example here, I'm going to want to buy up until the point where the Megatama cost goes up. 36 Megatamas is a fantastic price for a single puzzle piece of a character you don't have yet. However, if it starts going to 54, because right now it's discounted, it's only 90% of the price, I believe. If it goes up to the next amount, you don't want to keep on buying, because if you do, you end up losing Megatamas when you could just wait for a refresh and be fine. For example, now we're at 57 out of 90, which is going to get us closer to actually getting to that point where we can do good stuff. That just generally works. Additionally, Magatamas, I find, are best used to buy Hogyokus from this. You're going to need a lot of Hogyokus to be able to upgrade the characters you want. So typically, I will refresh continuously until I get one that has a bunch of Hogyokus. Like, for example, here, I could use some of my Magatamas on this Hogyoku here, the tier 2 one. However, it's not a high amount, and if I'm going to end up blowing a bunch of my stuff anyway, I want it to be a higher tier of them. Like, for example, this 360, I'm going to buy one of those. I should buy 2 of those so I can have a little bit more and be able to get to that point where I can upgrade my characters soon. Not the most soon ever, and definitely not... it's definitely not a huge jump, but definitely gets us closer to being able to upgrade our characters and get us to that point where we start getting to gold, which is the hard version. That doesn't actually sell from the Ohara store, so you start being able to pursue greater heights. Additionally, I would like to say that your Magatamas, if you've already scouted and you've got either Aizen or you've done anything like that, I would stop pulling on the Soul Surge banner and I would start going for paying for, where is it? The Hogyoku shards. Oh, this is actually the one that's gonna be limited for just today and tomorrow. I really want to do this, but I don't have enough Magatamas. If I would have been able to save the ones I used on the banner yesterday, which didn't actually have Ukiura, Shinji, or Kensei, I know you guys are telling me. I realize that it said the next update is going to introduce them, but I assumed they were already in the game because it said next update. I messed up real bad, and honestly, I am probably never gonna soul search again on this game because I don't think I need to when I can buy Hogyoku shards and get stronger in general. I'll wait for this event to come back and spend my Megatamas on this when I can, because that is definitely gonna be helpful. Gold Hogyokus are the rarest resource in the game, so this is definitely one of the most worth it things if this video is going up in time to be able to buy this. If not, it'll always come back. Events come back quite often. That's just how that works. Obviously, Megatamas, if you blow a lot of them, you get a bunch of rewards. I used a few today, but nothing too special. This one's the one I want to talk about. So you can buy each of these tiers of stuff once. However, it is so worth buying because you get a bunch of Hogyokus to be able to upgrade your characters and get them to the stronger points so you can grind out more Hogyokus, as well as it gives you 75 golden Hogyokus for 8,000. Granted, it's not quite as good as this one, which gives you 200 for 12,000, but it is still a good price, and this is always going to be on until you use it, and then it'll disappear forever. So definitely use it for your first time. I would advise doing Soul Search for the first about 3 and just seeing what characters you get. If you don't get anything special, I would jump to start doing this. So you upgrade your Ichigo to at least Purple 2, which would be, what is the tier? Rank 7. Rank 7 Ichigo is definitely one of the ideal points of stopping with him and just kind of getting at other characters and being able to do more explorations and stuff. However, if you are doing explorations, I will say that there's a cap where if you hit floor 7, you're going to want to start pursuing more characters less and focusing down the characters you have more so you can get the rewards properly, because you do actually run out of ability with lower tier characters to be able to actually get the rewards that you need to move up in the tiers. Now I'm going to go ahead and move on to talking about what Reishi does and why you should not spend your Reishi the way I have, because I've been making some grave mistakes. Special training, I definitely think it helps with the character, and if you're focusing down one character, it could help. However, you could save your Reishi for the Urahara store and buy Hogyokus with that. For example, this one right here, you can use a little bit of your Reishi to be able to buy a Hogyoku tier 2 and be good. I just got a notification. Whoops. That's TweetDeck, it's fine. And it gets you to that point where you can actually upgrade your characters. Because if you rank up your character from 7 to 8, you'll see a much bigger increase than if you upgrade your special training with the amount of ratio you needed to actually upgrade them. There's definitely bigger returns until you get them to at least gold tier. And I'm probably never going to use special training from now on until I get Ichigo to at least gold. I'll probably be one of my next objectives to be able to get him a little bit higher and get him a little bit stronger. I definitely want him to be one of my strongest characters, and in order to do that, I need to grind, and get in there. So I'm going to be trying that. I'm going to be going. We're going to be enjoying this shit. I just think in general will be very good to go. So can I click this? No, I can't click it. There's also this, which I'm unsure how to reset the roulette. To be honest, I haven't actually seen. Like, I used it once, and now I can't do it again. So I'm unsure completely of how to get that done. Additionally, one more thing I want to say to you guys, I'm running on 10 minutes right now, is that these characters right here, the dates, people often, I've seen, just neglect them completely and just ignore them because they don't really matter that much. However, dating a girl will actually increase your power because it increases your, like, attack based on each date. It increases your defense based on each date. So it's basically using a shittier version of this, the Mayuri star thing, but you date girls instead. And once you max out a girl's favorability, which I'm actually close on Rukia right now, you become able to do a special thing that I'll discuss in a later video when we're actually at that point. But basically, you can get 1 of 4 items and be very good. So that'll be a thing we show off in the future. It's definitely a thing that will be very interesting. However, we're not at that point, so I can't quite discuss it. And yeah, that's generally just a good thing. Obviously, I've been investing in the hot spring. I've only been doing it. So what I do is I just pursue the puzzle pieces I need. However, if I'm going to be doing events that I find difficult, like for example, if I'm doing soul trial on something that I haven't quite been able to beat, I'll use a hot spring on both ones about the amount that you need to be able to get all these characters together. But if it's not going to be a hard day, I usually just skip it. Like this memory path thing, I currently am up to the top thing I can get to. We're at the Shiba Will, which I'll probably be recording tomorrow because it seems like these characters are actually getting really strong and cool. So I want to go ahead and record this. The memory path is actually a really cool event. And that comes to my next point of when you start the game, your priority should be to level up as soon as possible, as much as possible. This means completing all of your daily tasks at least once. For example, I can play Jigokucho right now. I should probably do that. But yeah, you can go ahead and do each one of the events. Shit. Well, yeah, that's obvious. I do that. But yeah, in general, you should do every one of your events that you have for dailies at least once because it'll get you a lot of EXP. It'll get you a lot of bonuses. What I will say is there are 2 dailies that some people avoid doing because they end up costing Megatamas. I say, personally, spend. If you're below level 50, spend that extra bit of Megatamas. It's about 20 or so. And that'll get you an extra 250 experience per day, which is insane when you're starting out. Because if you're able... Those could be your potentially levels 1 to 5. And if you're doing level 1 to 5 right there in one go, that's fantastic. And you unlock all events in the challenge section by level 43. So until you get to that point, it's definitely worth investing and trying to get more XP. Plus, more stuff is going to be coming out at some point soon. So it's definitely good to complete all your dailies. Typically, you'll get your Megatamas back anyway, just from doing stuff. And it'll get you to this point where you're able to level up, be good to go. I haven't really been prioritizing leveling up because it doesn't actually matter that much. Like, I think my time quests are now gone, so there's no point in doing that. Obviously, the time quests are a thing that pushes you to prioritize leveling up, but it's not that big of a deal. And finally, the last point I want to make here is if you just started the game, definitely buy this growth plan. Now, some people skip past this and don't really think of it because it's just kind of, I have a bunch of options at the top of the screen. I'm just not going to click any of them because people do that sometimes. It's kind of weird. Growth plan, you spend 1,000 Megatamas and it pays for itself once you hit level 25. You get 100 or 1,100 back by level 25, and beyond that you get 800 at 30, 1,000 at 35, 1,500 at 40, and so on all the way down to level 60. And at level 60, you get 4,600 Megatamas. So it becomes so worth it to just throw in that 1,000 and get the rewards just raked in all the way and be so good and have Megatamas to be able to spend on the stuff that you really want. For example, the Hokyokus. For example, the soul searches if you just are determined to get that one character you really like. Obviously, if you really like a character, you can go for it. Most characters you can grind out, honestly. Like, for example, Aizen's one of those ones I actually want to grind out sometime soon. I believe if I scroll ahead and scroll down here, I can check, and he's like, oh, if I get to chapter 8, episode 6, I can grind him out. Only issue is I am currently at, let's go ahead and check, chapter 6, which is 2 chapters away from what I actually need to get to. So we're a little bit far away from what we're pursuing, but we will get there, and it will give us a chance to grind it out. Being patient definitely pays more than scouting and getting completely screwed. That's just how these games naturally go. Obviously, I want to grind out Hishigo because that's just a really good character. He's one of the strongest characters in the game for PvP right now, especially when you have him maxed out to about purple or so. He doesn't have a form change right now, but he will be getting one soon where he goes Bankai. I believe it's going to be coming into Wake Death in a couple of updates. I don't know exactly when. That's always a good thing. Byakuya, obviously, one of the best characters in the game. He's one of the ones you want to pursue. You can't actually get him from the scouts, but if you're playing a Wake Death, that version, you can pay a little bit of money. So you can actually, I just got my free thing, by the way. I just want to pop it. You can actually get him via spending $1. You can get him for free, which makes you able to do a really good early game section. You get Hitsugaya from Spiritual Awakening. Not the best character in the game, I will admit. For PvPs, he's pretty good. But if you're trying to use a character that stuns, I have since learned that Toshiro, beyond rank 8 or so, he doesn't really get anything new or change all that much, so he becomes less useful. If you're going for late game changers that stun, Sajin's a really good character. He stuns on almost every one of his special attacks, so it can go ahead and get some good combos off, especially if you use Sajin combined with Zaraki Kenpachi, because Sajin will knock all the characters down and stun them, and Kenpachi has his first attack, which is this, which allows him to step on the enemy and do a bunch of damage, which is fantastic. So Kenpachi's actually one of my strongest characters right now. He's really, really good. He's only at rank 6, but he's already above Ichigo, which has been fully upgraded, by the way, which Kenpachi's special training hasn't been upgraded at all, so he's just a really good character in general. Ichigo is also a tier above him, but he's still stronger. It's terrifying, honestly. And Kenpachi has just really good potential for combos. Like, for example, you knock them down with this, or you hit them with that, then you use your second attack. It does a big slam. It hits them and knocks them down to the ground. You use this, the Kendo, which hits them for about half their health bar. And then you're able to have, you still have enough stamina or still enough SP to use the first attack again and do another bit of damage. It's honestly a really, really strong combo. And if I were to upgrade him a little bit further, I definitely think that he would be the character I want to play as most. Honestly, I'm going to go ahead and dispatch him. I think I actually want to play as him. I'll go ahead and show off some of the combo that I was planning on doing and stuff. We'll go ahead and do that here. I think this is a good enough team, honestly. I could show off my tech where you use Ikaku and Gin to up your damage even more, but I think this should be fun. Actually, we're going to go ahead and replace Orihime. We're going to use Ikaku, and we're going to see if this does a significant amount of damage and see if it actually is worth using the combo of doing a lot more damage over healing. Depends on the level, obviously. Depends on how good your characters are and how strong you have the potential of being. But we'll go ahead and see his combos and what he can do. So I'm going to go ahead and dash in. Obviously, when you first start a level, I typically do a bunch of dashes just so I can not get hit by every single attack ever by the enemy, because that just always happens. But yeah, for the stomp attack, you only need 25 of the it's not Ryatsu. Is it MP? We'll just say MP. However, the recharge on the third strong attack is quite high. So typically, if your third strong attack is still on recharge, you can use your piss off. The stepping one, again, also his Bankai is awesome. It's just, it silences you and it makes you blind, which is great. That's how it should work. But yeah, you can definitely use your step one over again before your thing is recharged, and then use the third strong attack afterwards anyway, and it goes ahead and makes you a lot stronger and gets you to that tier where you can do a bunch of damage all at once and be good to go. So clearly Kenpachi is one of the strongest combo characters. For PvE, he seems to be fantastic. Maybe not as strong as Gin, if Gin is upgraded a little bit more, but I definitely think that he is one of the higher good combo characters, and he's definitely worth either grinding out or getting in any way you can. Apparently there's going to be a boss type thing that's going to be released soon. Maybe not soon, but it's one of those things that's going to be put in the game at some point, and it allows you to grind out puzzle pieces for certain characters and unlock them, which would be really helpful for those people that have to pursue certain characters and don't want to grind out a quest 90 times to be able to beat it, right? Go ahead and wait for my thing to recharge. Step on this guy a bunch of times. Step again. I'm going to go ahead and do another step. I definitely think I'm going to wait, because now there's 2 of them, so I want to go ahead and step back. Hibachi's endurance is actually really high, so he can block a lot of attacks and not be guard broken, unless he's fighting Yuichiro. Yuichiro, Rangiku, those 2 characters are just insane at breaking guards, and if you encounter them, avoid guarding as much as you can. Just dash. That is awesome. That is a really cool attack. However, I'm going to go ahead and heal, because I definitely do think that one of the things is HP. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and back off. I'm going to wait till I heal up a lot more. And... alright, my HP is enough. Oh, that's not good. We're going... okay, this combo should kill him, honestly. With the amount of damage that it does, it typically will kill them in the combo that you do if they're below, like, 300,000. I think I just got a notification. That's why the game paused. Oh god. No! I just lost the 3 stars because I got hit by that. I'm gonna step on him. He's dead. That's it. That's game over. Easy game. That's just how it goes. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of this video. I only got 1 star on that. Obviously, you need to combo better, be more careful, stuff like that. Yeah, that is the end of this video, kind of showing off what you should generally try to invest in, what you should do, and if you guys have any more guides or questions that you want me to answer, I'm all for it. I actually really want to make this community for Spiritual Awakening, one of my favorite games I currently play, a really special one. I really want to make everyone care about this game. There's a lot more to this game than I actually know, and I look forward to learning all of it with you guys. So I will see you next time. I hope you guys have fun on this wonderful, wonderful day.